There is a secret language within each of us, a set of silent instructions that can dictate our actions, emotions, and the way we see the world. These hidden codes might feel like stubborn emotional knots, or that lingering voice of criticism when everything else is quiet. Today we unveil those codes. We stand at a threshold where we can free ourselves from old energetic imprints, the remnants of past experiences, hurts, and buried beliefs that still echo through our mind and body. No matter how long these imprints have been with us, days, months, or decades, change is always within reach. The energy we carry can influence our every choice, from how we greet a friend to how we cope with life's biggest trials. Old energetic imprints have a way of making us feel small, unworthy, or perpetually anxious, even when the present moment is safe and full of possibilities. But this is not a story about staying stuck. It's a story of hope and self-empowerment. By working with simple yet potent affirmations, we begin the process of gently rewriting the narratives that no longer serve our highest good. Picture these affirmations as soft but steady waves, slowly reshaping the shoreline of your inner world. Through patient practice, every negative self-perception can be lovingly dissolved, replaced by acceptance, compassion, and self-love. You might wonder, is this really possible? Can spoken words truly heal old pains? The answer lies in your willingness to believe that your mind and spirit hold immense power to shape your reality. Affirmations work like nourishing seeds. If you plant them consistently, feed them with trust, and water them with commitment, they will grow into healthy, flourishing beliefs. And here's the promise. Clearing old energetic imprints doesn't mean erasing your past or pretending heartbreak never happened. Rather, it means acknowledging everything that shaped you, offering each memory a voice, and then releasing any negativity attached to it. It means letting go of shame, disappointment, and self-blame so that you can step forward with renewed confidence. In this journey, we meet ourselves at a deeper level than ever before. We learn that true wholeness has been within our grasp all along. In the sections to come, we'll explore practical methods, affirmations, mirror work, visualization, and more to gently strip away emotional baggage and fill that space with warm self-regard. This is your invitation to a fresh start. Ready to peel back the layers? Let's step into a realm where healing words become a sacred balm for old wounds, and where personal transformation blooms one gentle step at a time. These energetic imprints might sound mystical, but they're often as real and tangible as the daily stresses we battle. Imagine them as invisible footprints left on your mind and heart. Each step, a painful memory, a harsh word from someone you trusted, a moment of betrayal, presses itself into your psyche. Over time, these footprints can accumulate, forming patterns that govern how you respond to fresh opportunities or challenges. For instance, consider why someone might instantly tense up whenever a friend cancels plans. The unhealed residue from repeated letdowns could be fueling the reaction, creating a sense of fear and vulnerability. Or perhaps you've noticed how certain family gatherings trigger an unexplainable anxiety. Those old energetic stamps, gathered from past confrontations or lingering misunderstandings, still whisper that you should stay guarded. Recognizing these imprints is the first spark of transformation. Spend a moment quietly observing your emotional triggers. Do particular settings, people, or words provoke feelings that seem bigger than the moment at hand? If so, these might hint at deeper layers demanding attention. Awareness opens the door to understanding, and understanding paves the path toward freedom. While some imprints are minor and may dissolve with a single conscious release, others run deeper, etched by significant trauma or long-term emotional neglect. The goal here is never to judge or label yourself as too broken or beyond repair. Instead, let awareness guide you gently toward compassion for what you've been through. Acknowledge your emotional blueprint without shaming yourself for carrying it. If you're unsure where to begin, daily journaling is a powerful way to map your inner terrain. Write down any strong emotions that bubble up: frustration, sadness, or overwhelming joy. Track what triggered these emotions. Over time, patterns will surface, revealing which events or interactions keep tapping into old wounds. This process might feel raw or uncomfortable, but it's a crucial step in shining light into the shadows of your inner world. Most importantly, remind yourself that energetic imprints are not permanent markers of who you are. They're echoes, not your identity. Sometimes all it takes is courage to see them clearly and say, "I choose to release you." Your spirit, your future, and your capacity for joy are not defined by the scars you carry. Through awareness and the tools we'll explore, each imprint can be brought into the light, acknowledged, and gently released. So as we move forward, hold this awareness like a guiding lantern. Embrace what surfaces, for every memory or emotion that rises is an invitation to heal. Let that recognition empower you rather than dishearten you. Remember, you are far greater and infinitely more resilient than any old energetic residue. Affirmations serve as daily reminders that your words and thoughts weave the fabric of your reality. Like a gentle breeze on a stagnant lake, they create ripples that steadily refresh the waters of your subconscious mind. The essence of an affirmation lies in self-acceptance, self-confidence, and a willingness to see beyond limiting beliefs. Think of those times you've whispered self-criticism. Perhaps you said, "I can't do this," or "I'm not worthy of love." Such statements act like seeds, planting doubt in the fertile ground of your mind. Over time, these seeds sprout into deeply held convictions that dictate your behavior, sabotaging relationships and personal achievements. Affirmations, on the other hand, are the antidote. They're the seeds of positivity, optimism, and self-belief that counteract old energetic imprints lodged in your subconscious. When you say, "I release all that no longer serves my growth," you're sending a clear, compassionate signal to your inner being. It's safe to let go. You might not see immediate, dramatic changes, but trust that every utterance takes you a step closer to freedom. Just as repeated negative talk can tear you down, repeated positive talk can build you back up. It's about consistency and a willingness to believe that your words shape your destiny. To supercharge this process, choose affirmations that resonate deeply with you. Instead of reciting generic phrases, craft statements reflecting your unique challenges and hopes. For example, if old energetic imprints make you wary of trusting others, you might say, "I trust myself and I trust life to bring me harmonious connections." Or, if self-doubt looms large, practice, "I am capable, deserving, and prepared for every good thing that comes my way." As you speak or think these affirmations, visualize them as beams of light entering the darkest corners of your mind. illuminating old fears so they can dissolve. You're not denying that fear or pain existed. Instead, you are gently rewriting the script so that these older programs no longer define you. Over time, the new beliefs embedded in your affirmations will start to feel as natural as breathing. In moments of skepticism, those times when you hear yourself saying, "This isn't real," or "I don't believe this," recognize that those reactions may spring from the very imprints you're aiming to clear. Rather than judge them, view them as stepping stones. Each bit of resistance you encounter offers a chance to deepen your practice. You can calmly reaffirm, "Even though doubt appears, I still choose to believe in my ability to heal." Remember, affirmations are not a quick fix, but a loving practice that meets you where you are day by day. Give them time to weave into your consciousness and watch as they gradually melt the self-imposed limitations that once kept you boxed in. Embrace each spoken word as a sacred invitation for renewal, reminding yourself that within every breath, a fresh start awaits. Now that you're equipped with life-affirming words, let's take them one step further by practicing mirror work, a technique that many find transformative because it requires you to confront your own reflection. Why is this powerful? Because it is easy to say kind things about ourselves in the abstract, but to look into our own eyes and say, "I love you and I'm learning to accept you fully," can awaken a deeper emotional response. Start by choosing a quiet moment where you won't be disturbed. Stand before a mirror and take a breath, allowing any tension in your shoulders or jaw to melt away. Gaze softly at your reflection. Resist the urge to judge your appearance or focus on imperfections. Instead, meet your own eyes as though you're greeting a dear friend who has quietly endured many struggles, joys, and everything in between. Speak your chosen affirmations aloud. For example, you might say, "I see the strength within me. I release all old imprints that no longer serve my happiness." Pay attention to how your body reacts. A flutter in your stomach, a lump in your throat, or perhaps a wave of relief may arise. Honor these sensations without judgment. They are signals that deep layers of emotion are being stirred. If strong resistance or even tears arise, don't turn away. It's a sign that part of you is finally allowing these long-held beliefs to come to the surface. In this tender space, practice compassion for yourself. Imagine that you're consoling a loved one who has carried a heavy burden for far too long. You might place a hand over your heart or give yourself a moment of silence to process what's emerging. Consistency is key with mirror work. Commit to a daily or weekly routine, even if just for a few minutes. Over time, your reflection will become less of a stranger and more of a loving ally. You'll begin to feel safe in your own presence, understanding that no external validation can compare to the profound acceptance that starts within. One potent approach is to pair mirror work with journaling. Immediately after you speak to your reflection, jot down any feelings, memories, or insights that come up. You may discover fresh awareness about how certain old energetic imprints have affected your self-esteem or relationships. By capturing these insights, you anchor them in your conscious mind, making it easier to spot and release lingering attachments in your day-to-day life. Embrace the mirror as a tool, not an enemy. It reveals what your soul most yearns to recognize, that beneath every label or story, You are worthy of unconditional love. In those reflective moments, your self-imposed walls can crumble. Step by step, mirror work guides you to the truth. The person looking back at you is a living testament to resilience, ready to unfold into greater warmth and wholeness. While our thoughts and emotions can sometimes feel like abstract forces, the body often carries physical echoes of past wounds. Have you ever noticed your shoulders tense when stress arises, or your stomach clench in moments of fear? These reactions aren't random. They're your body's way of telling you it's holding on to something: unresolved pain, lingering grief, or suppressed anger. By acknowledging this mind-body connection, you open the door to a deeper level of healing. Consider combining affirmations with gentle physical practices. For instance, a few minutes of slow, mindful stretching each morning can help release trapped energy. As you stretch, repeat a phrase like, "I release all stagnant energy with every breath," synchronizing your words with the flow of your movements. The intention is to remind your body that it is safe to let go. Breathing exercises are another powerful ally. Inhale steadily through your nose, letting your abdomen rise fully, and exhale slowly through your mouth, envisioning stale energy dissolving into the air. You might introduce an affirmation like, "With each breath, I draw in calm and let go of tension." Over time, such practices can reshape your relationship with stress and bring about a more peaceful physical state. Sometimes old energetic imprints can manifest as chronic discomfort or recurring ailments. While professional healthcare support is crucial for medical issues, it can also help to explore whether emotional burdens are contributing to the physical symptoms. If you suspect they are, pair your treatments with loving self-talk. Remind yourself, "My body and I are on the same team." Or, "I am willing to release the root cause of this discomfort." These affirmations can complement conventional approaches, blending Western medicine with a holistic perspective. Don't underestimate the power of a simple body scan either. Close your eyes and focus on each part of your body, from your head down to your toes. Note any areas of tension or unease. Instead of forcing the discomfort away, imagine sending warmth and acceptance to that area. Then reaffirm, "I release all negative energy stored here. I am calm, safe, and whole." This invites your body to participate actively in the healing process, creating a stronger synergy between your mental intentions and your physical reality. Remember, your body is not a separate machine that houses your spirit. It is an integral part of who you are, capable of reflecting your emotional world and also guiding you toward deeper truths. When you treat your physical self with love and respect, you reinforce the idea that you're worthy of care on every level. Pair this bodily awareness with affirmations that celebrate your strength, resilience, and capacity for renewal. Ultimately, the mind-body connection reminds us that releasing old energetic imprints isn't just an exercise for the mind. Your entire being participates in this transformation. By listening to your body and offering it compassionate affirmations, you ensure that every cell, every muscle, and every breath aligns with your renewed sense of self. If old energetic imprints cling to any emotion more than others, it's often resentment or guilt. Both are powerful in their ability to cement painful memories, replaying them like a stuck record. Forgiveness, then, can feel like a radical move. an act some might interpret as excusing injustice or diminishing hurt. But genuine forgiveness, in a spiritual sense, is about setting yourself free from the emotional shackles that keep you tied to the past. Let's be clear. Forgiving doesn't mean you approve of the harm done to you or that you invite hurtful people back into your life. It is an internal decision to stop letting anger or sorrow poison your own well-being. You are effectively saying, I will no longer let this memory or person define my emotional landscape. In practicing forgiveness, you become the guardian of your inner realm, deciding what energies you allow to linger there. To harness forgiveness, start with an affirmation like, I free myself and others by releasing old grudges. I open my heart to compassion. If certain relationships feel particularly tangled, write down the names or events that continue to stir negative emotions. Next to each entry, note how it makes you feel. Then offer a silent or spoken release. I let go of my need to be right or avenged. I choose peace for my own sake. You might be surprised at how much lighter you feel after articulating this act of release, even if it takes repeated attempts to fully sink in. What about self-forgiveness? That might be the hardest step of all, especially if you carry guilt over mistakes or regret for paths not taken. Yet refusing to forgive yourself is like carrying a heavy backpack of self-judgment wherever you go. Over time, it wears you down, saps your joy, and feeds old energetic imprints tied to shame. To set this burden aside, try saying, I am willing to forgive myself for the times I acted out of fear or ignorance. I offer myself the same compassion I would extend to a loved one. Notice the phrase, I am willing. Sometimes forgiveness won't happen overnight, and that's okay. Being open to the possibility is a powerful step forward. Each time you say you're willing, you crack open a window in your heart, letting fresh air circulate and stagnant emotions flow out. In time, that window can become a wide open door to lasting emotional liberation. As you integrate forgiveness into your journey, remind yourself of its purpose: to clear the energetic debris that weighs on your spirit. This is about untying knots that no longer serve you, freeing your heart for new, healthier connections to flow in. It is about recognizing that you are not your wounds, and others are not solely defined by the mistakes they made. The energy of forgiveness is an alchemical force, one that transforms pain into understanding, bitterness into empathy, and self-criticism into acceptance. Through forgiveness, you reclaim your power to move forward in peace. At this stage, you've begun noticing shifts, small moments of clarity, subtle releases of tension, a new openness to kinder thoughts. Yet the process of clearing old energetic imprints thrives on continuous exploration. Two invaluable techniques to deepen this exploration are visualization and journaling. Visualization is a mental rehearsal that taps into the creative power of your subconscious. In a calm, meditative state, picture yourself immersed in a soft, healing light. This light could be radiant gold, soothing lavender, or any color that evokes calm. Imagine this glow gently circling areas of your body where tension or pain resides. Your chest if you carry grief, your stomach if anxiety seems to nest there. Envision the light dissolving the emotional residue, freeing each cell from the weight of old patterns. You can layer affirmations into this process, silently reciting phrases like, I embrace this healing light. I release all negativity with my exhale, and I invite peace into my being. With each inhale, draw in the light's warmth. With each exhale, let go of the burdens. Visualization helps your mind develop a fresh lens, one that sees possibilities for wholeness rather than replaying past hurts. Journaling is the spoken word's quieter cousin, a way to reflect, explore, and discover. Through the simple act of writing, emotions gain clarity. You may notice repeated phrases or images emerging on the page, offering insight into which energetic imprints are still active. Journaling also complements your forgiveness work, as you can script dialogues with people or situations that caused you pain. Write letters you don't intend to send, letters where you express your anger, sorrow, or hopes for reconciliation. Then, close the letter with a statement of release, such as, I free us both from this story. I choose to live in peace. After each journaling session, pause to reread what you wrote. Notice any recurring themes, like fear, self-doubt, or longing for acceptance. Translate these themes into affirmations that speak directly to them. If your journal reveals a recurring belief of, I'm always neglected, craft a statement like, I am valued, cherished, and seen. Revisit these affirmations whenever you sense that old imprint knocking at your subconscious door. Remember, there's no need to force positivity or rush the process. Some entries might feel heavy, and that's natural. Each journal page becomes a safe vessel for your emotions, allowing you to examine them, learn from them, and ultimately let them go. And each visualization session stands as a gentle reminder that you have the power to rewrite your inner script, one breath at a time. As you blend visualization with journaling, you create a balanced interplay between imagination and reflection. This tandem approach helps unearth buried fragments of emotional pain while simultaneously offering a bright path forward. You're giving your mind, body, and spirit a chance to reshape themselves around healthier, more loving beliefs. In this way, you honor your past experiences without letting them define who you are destined to be. All too often, personal development techniques remain lofty ideals we practice sporadically. But what if affirmations and energetic clearing became as routine as brushing your teeth or sipping your morning beverage? By weaving them into everyday life, you ensure that the new energetic blueprint you're creating consistently grows stronger. Begin your day with an affirmation that feels both comforting and energizing. It could be as simple as, today, I stand in my power and welcome all blessings with an open heart. Speak it out loud before you even glance at your phone. This quick act sets a positive tone and reminds you that you're actively shaping your energy from the moment you wake. As you move through your day, identify pockets of time that might otherwise be spent in idle thinking, waiting in line, commuting, or preparing meals. During these moments, anchor yourself in another brief affirmation. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic, resist the urge to spiral into frustration. Instead, affirm, I choose patience and peace in every circumstance. Feel your body relax as you reclaim emotional control. By turning mundane situations into triggers for positive self-talk, you train your mind to pivot toward uplifting thoughts rather than dwell in negativity. Even winding down at night becomes an opportunity. Create a short bedtime ritual that includes gratitude and release. You might reflect on the day's events, and call to mind any situations where old imprints flared up. Maybe you felt a pang of envy scrolling through social media, or your heart raced when receiving constructive criticism at work. Acknowledge these moments without judgment, then speak a nighttime affirmation. I bless all experiences of today with acceptance. I let go of any burdens, ensuring a peaceful rest. Over time, these small moments accumulate into a steady stream of self-affirmation. Like drops of water carving a path through rock, each short practice deepens the groove of positivity in your subconscious mind. It's not that challenges or negative thoughts magically vanish. Rather, you're building a sturdy internal framework that makes it easier to respond with calm, self-supportive words. Additionally, consider personalizing affirmations to align with specific goals, such as health, career, or relationships. If you're aiming to heal family rifts, sprinkle in affirmations like, "My love and understanding expand with every interaction." If you're focusing on financial well-being, declare, "I align with abundance, and opportunities flow to me in perfect timing." Tailoring your statements keeps them relevant, adding a layer of excitement as you track your growth in these targeted areas. This daily integration transforms the concept of doing affirmations into a way of life. Rather than compartmentalize your spiritual work, you're gradually making it second nature. Eventually, the walls between practice time and the rest of your day dissolve. Affirmations become part of your natural thought process, seamlessly guiding you toward choices, relationships, and habits that support your new, elevated energetic state. When people hear the word trauma, they often imagine catastrophic events. While that can be true, trauma also includes subtler forms of emotional damage. Perhaps a childhood filled with criticism or a series of betrayals that eroded trust. Regardless of the scale, trauma leaves behind energetic residues that shape our sense of safety, belonging, and self-worth. Yet even the heaviest traumas can become stepping stones to a brighter personal reality. The path isn't about dismissing what happened or forcing instant positivity. It's about gradually learning to see yourself not as a perpetual victim, but as an ever-evolving survivor with valuable insights. Affirmations help in this gentle reframing by acknowledging the pain while also pointing toward hope. Picture it like this. Each traumatic memory is a scar that once stung, but now testifies to your resilience. By affirming, "I honor my past and grow stronger each day," you're not denying the hardships. You're choosing to believe those events can fuel your empathy and wisdom, rather than keep you trapped in fear. This shift in perspective transforms the energy you hold, creating space for new patterns of self-belief. Gratitude plays a starring role here, too. At first, feeling grateful after trauma might seem absurd, but gratitude isn't about glorifying suffering. It's about appreciating that you've emerged on the other side, carrying hard-won lessons. Focus on even the smallest blessings, maybe a loyal friend who offered support, or the personal strength you discovered when circumstances forced you to stand on your own. A daily affirmation could be, "I find reasons to be grateful for my journey, trusting that every challenge shaped my inner core." Consider weaving this mindset into your journaling as well. Reflect on the darkest moments, but also note where you found glimmers of light, a kind word, an unexpected opportunity, or the ability to keep going despite the weight you bore. These glimpses of hope can serve as anchors of possibility, reminding you that you're capable of transcending old pain. As you integrate these reflections with affirmations, you begin to rewrite your personal narrative from one of defeat to one of quiet triumph. In this stage of healing, be patient with yourself. Emotional recovery can be nonlinear, and triggers might still arise, especially if your environment or relationships echo past traumas. That's why consistent practice, mirror work, affirmations, visualization matters. Each method trains your mind to respond with compassion and confidence when you feel old wounds being poked. Over time, you'll notice a growing strength within your heart, a readiness to face the future without the constant shadow of what once was. Keep in mind, your story is far from finished. Trauma might have shaped certain chapters, but it doesn't dictate your remaining pages. With each affirmation, you choose a fresh narrative, one centered on renewal rather than regret, on awakening rather than anguish. This choice, made repeatedly, is where trauma slowly but surely becomes triumph. Take a moment to acknowledge the ground you've covered. You've identified the invisible footprints of old energetic imprints. Practice speaking loving truths in the mirror, explored the mind-body connection, and learned the immeasurable power of forgiveness. You've uncovered the deep value of visualization and journaling, recognized the importance of weaving affirmations into daily life, and even begun reframing trauma into a source of inner strength. That's an astonishing amount of growth within a relatively short time. Proof that change truly begins with the smallest acts of self-awareness. As you stand on this threshold, reflect on what it means to clear away old energetic baggage. It's not about never feeling sadness, anger, or frustration again. Instead, you're freeing yourself to experience these emotions without sinking into the same despairing loops. You've built a foundation where self-compassion stands guard, reminding you that you have tools, affirmations, forgiveness, gentleness, to soothe yourself whenever life intensifies. The journey forward involves trusting in the person you are becoming. Each affirmation you've practiced is a seed now rooted in fertile soil. Water them daily by returning to your mantras, or by simply placing a hand over your heart whenever doubt creeps in, reaffirming, I am worthy. I am renewing myself every day. In time, you'll see blossoms of confidence and self-love sprout in areas of life that once felt barren. If you ever find yourself slipping into old patterns, remember that healing is a spiral, not a straight line. You may revisit certain lessons, but each time with more wisdom, more resilience. Extend grace to yourself in these moments. Recommit to the practices that anchor you, mirror work, journaling, gentle reflection. Know that every setback is an invitation to go deeper, to love yourself more fiercely than before. So let this conclusion be a celebration. Celebrate your courage in confronting painful echoes and your openness to adopting new beliefs. Celebrate every ounce of compassion you've shown yourself as you peeled back layer after layer of old conditioning. And celebrate the reality that you now have a blueprint for ongoing transformation. Clearing old imprints isn't just a one-time event. It's a lifelong devotion to your own freedom and well-being. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe in gratitude. Give thanks for the mind that allowed you to question old patterns, for the heart that dared to hope for better, and for the spirit that steadfastly guided you toward a place of self-renewal. Then, Let your final affirmation resonate through you. I am a vessel of healing energy, free from the past, open to the endless good unfolding in my life. Carry this affirmation with you as you move ahead, returning to it whenever life's tides feel rough. And as you continue your journey, know that the path of self-discovery is limitless. Each time you shed another layer of outdated beliefs, you make space for deeper love, greater abundance, and a richer, more vibrant experience of being alive. This is your moment. Embrace it wholeheartedly. Your renewed, energetic state awaits your loving presence every step of the way.